As a neurologist, a brain doctor, I've seen thousands of patients over the years. Stroke victims. People who, in many cases, had no warning signs, no high blood pressure, no history of smoking. Some were even young and seemingly healthy. That alone was puzzling. Visual flashback montage of MRI brain scans, patients in hospital beds, and worried family members. Voiceover. But what truly shocked me was what I began noticing in recent research and patient histories. A pattern. A common link. Something so seemingly harmless. It had never been questioned before. Visual. A hand places a common vitamin bottle on the table. The label is blurred for suspense. Voiceover intensifying. A vitamin, yes. A vitamin that millions of people take daily. One that's advertised as being good for your brain, your heart, your nerves. One found in multivitamins, fortified foods, even energy drinks. But in some cases, it may be doing the exact opposite. Cut to doctor staring into the camera with concern. Voiceover. New clinical evidence now suggests that this specific vitamin, when taken in high doses or over long periods, could actually increase your risk of stroke. Not years from now, but potentially overnight. Visual, slow motion, animation of blood flowing through arteries, then suddenly blocked by a clot. The screen flashes red with a silent warning symbol. Voiceover. This isn't fear-mongering. This isn't clickbait. This is science. I've read the peer-reviewed studies. I've seen the lab results. I've had real patients suffer the consequences. Visual. Person swallowing a supplement casually, unaware of the hidden risk. Voiceover. Pausing for effect. Chances are you or someone you love is taking this right now, believing it's helping them. But what if it's not? What if it's quietly tipping the scale toward something catastrophic? On-screen text appears. Stroke. When the brain is starved of blood, know the risks. Protect your health. VoiceOverFinalLine.com, but urgent. In this video, I'm going to break down the truth. What this vitamin is. Why it's dangerous in the wrong hands. And most importantly, what you can do to protect yourself. Stay with me. Your brain depends on it. Vitamin B6 and B12 are crucial nutrients, no doubt about it. They support nerve function, red blood cell production, and help keep your brain sharp. But here's the critical truth. More isn't always better. Visual, side-by-side animation, showing healthy nerve function versus overstimulation from excess vitamin levels. Voiceover. Most people assume that because they're water-soluble vitamins, any excess just flushes out through urine. And while that's true to an extent, recent studies have shown that megadoses commonly found in supplements marketed for energy or brain health may cause unintended consequences. Cut to news article headlines and medical journal covers about B vitamin overuse. Voiceover, a large-scale study published in the Journal of Clinical Oncology, found that men taking high doses of B6 and B12 for energy had up to a 3 to 4 times higher risk of developing lung cancer. But that's not all. Other studies are now linking long-term overuse of these vitamins with increased stroke risk. Visual. Doctor pointing to a brain scan, highlighting areas affected by stroke. Voiceover. The theory. Elevated B vitamin levels can contribute to overproduction of homocysteine, a compound that in high levels is strongly associated with blood clotting and inflammation. 2 major stroke triggers. Cut to person taking a brain booster supplement before bed. Dramatic zoom in on the capsule as the scene freezes. Voiceover slightly dramatic. You might think you're protecting your brain, but if you're taking high doses of these vitamins daily without medical supervision, you could actually be increasing your stroke risk overnight. Visual. A pie chart appears, showing recommended daily limits versus supplement doses, some up to 5,000% of daily value. Voiceover. Most people only need 1.3 to 2 milligrams of B6 and 2.4 mcg of B12 daily. Yet many supplements offer 50 milligrams, 100 milligrams even. More levels that can build up in your system over time, especially if you're combining multivitamins, energy drinks, and fortified foods. Cut to the doctor speaking directly to the camera in a calm, confident tone. Doctor on camera, as a neurologist. I'm not saying stop taking vitamins. I'm saying understand what you're taking and why. What's helpful in small amounts can be harmful in excess. The brain is sensitive. It responds to imbalance quickly. On-screen warning appears. Always check your dosage. Never exceed what your body needs. Voiceover closing. Coming up in the next scene. How this vitamin overload affects the brain's blood flow and what signs to watch out for before it's too late. In balanced amounts, this process runs smoothly. But if your body is overloaded with B6 or B12, or if you have a genetic mutation like MTHFR, homocysteine can build up to toxic levels. Cut 2. A new diagram showing excess homocysteine. Circulating in the blood, irritating blood vessel walls and making platelets stick together. Voiceover high homocysteine has been linked to inflammation, blood vessel damage, and increased clot formation. And where does that clot go? Often directly to the brain. Visual animation of a clot traveling to the brain and blocking a vessel. Text, ischemic stroke. Voiceover, slightly dramatic. This is what we call an ischemic stroke, the most common type. It's fast, silent, and often completely preventable. But when you unknowingly fuel it with excessive vitamin intake, you're increasing your risk, sometimes overnight. Cut 2. Patient in hospital recovering from a mild stroke. Doctor at bedside. Voiceover. I've seen patients with no major health issues, no smoking history, normal cholesterol, yet they suffered a stroke. Their one common factor? High-dose vitamin supplements taken daily for years, without any real medical need. Visual. Checklist titled Warning Signs of a Mini-Stroke TIA, with icons for sudden dizziness, speech difficulty, blurred vision. Weakness on one side, voiceover calm, urgent. Be alert for early warning signs, sudden dizziness, slurred speech, numbness in the face or limbs, especially on one side. These can be signs of a mini-stroke, or TIA, a warning shot from your brain that something's wrong. Cut 2. Doctor speaking directly to the camera. Doctor, think of stroke like a fire in the brain. A TIA is the smoke. You may not see flames yet, but your body is trying to tell you something. And if you're overloading it with the wrong nutrients, the spark becomes fuel. On-screen message appears, excess isn't health, it's hazard. Balance your vitamins. Protect your brain. Voiceover closing. In the next scene, we'll talk about who is most at risk, and how certain people, based on age, gender, and genetics, may be even more vulnerable to these silent dangers. Visual. Split screen showing a healthy young adult on one side and an older adult on the other, both taking supplements. Voiceover clear, informative tone. Not everyone reacts to vitamins the same way. The risks are higher even with normal doses. So who's most vulnerable to stroke risks caused by excess B6 or B12? Visual on-screen list appears with icons. Voiceover. If you fall into any of these categories, pay close attention. Adults over 50 as metabolism slows. Vitamin buildup becomes more likely. People taking multiple supplements like multivitamins, energy drinks. In fortified foods, those with kidney or liver conditions, which impair the body's ability to filter excess nutrients. Anyone with the MTHFR gene mutation, they may process B vitamins differently, leading to homocysteine buildup. Smokers' research shows the stroke risk is significantly amplified when combined with high-dose B vitamins. Cut 2. Doctor reviewing a patient's supplement list. Voiceover. Many people have no idea they're doubling or tripling their intake, simply because they're taking different products with overlapping ingredients. Final visual. A red warning. Label appears over a vitamin bottle. Voiceover calm and direct. Knowing your risk is the first step to protecting your brain. In the final scene, I'll show you how to take control, what to avoid, how to read your labels, and when it's time to stop. Voiceover hopeful, empowering tone. Now that you know the risks, here's what you can do. First, check your supplements, especially those with vitamin B6 and B12. Look at the dosage. Are you exceeding the daily recommended amount? Visual. On-screen tip list. Voiceover. Next, avoid megadose products unless medically prescribed. Instead, get your nutrients from real food, leafy greens, fish, eggs, whole grains. Visual. Doctor, consulting a patient, reviewing blood work, voiceover, and finally, talk to your doctor. A simple blood test can reveal if your vitamin levels or homocysteine levels are too high. Closing visual, healthy brain scan, smiling. Patient. Voiceover calm, reassuring. Vitamins can help, but only when taken wisely. Your brain is precious. Don't let good intentions become a hidden danger.